Welcome back to the Kind Mama Club. Here you'll find strategies and activities for your little one, hit those developmental milestones, as well as sharing my experience as a first-time mom. I'm Gumi, a pediatric occupational therapist with the passion of making the world a more kind, inclusive, and supportive place. Here on this channel, you'll find practical OT strategies, mama knowledge, and encouragement so you can feel confident, supported, and never alone. If this sounds like the club for you, please subscribe. And today I'm going to be talking about my third and final trimester. I do have other videos for the first and second trimester if you want to check those out. And this one is my third trimester. It's when we had our baby shower. We took a quick mini baby moon and we kind of just nested and things like that. The week 29, it was hard to get comfortable and I thought I had carpal tunnel syndrome or cubital tunnel syndrome, where our elbow hurts, and carpal tunnel syndrome, my wrist was hurting. It was maybe the way I was sleeping. I'm pretty sure it was. 30, we had our mini baby moon, and I don't know how people do it who fly during pregnancy. So much props, because I was even nervous for like an hour car ride. So I am very envious of the people who can fly during their pregnancy. But we just took a short drive by the beach, and I'm not really a beach person. I'm more of like a mountain person, but I didn't want to do the windy road, and I just kind of wanted to just relax on a beach. I don't think I've ever wanted to do that because I'm not a beach person, but this baby moon, I was like, I just want to chill and relax on the beach and listen to the waves and things like that. So that's what we did. And during our baby moon, or this was the stage where it was so normal for me. Like if I burped and threw up, I'll just keep the throw up in my mouth and I'll I'll find a restroom and just like spit it out. I'm sorry, it sounds kind of gross, but I'm just here to tell you everything that's raw and real. So yeah, I just put, why is burping and throwing up so normal? What the heck? Like I remember we had breakfast and I wasn't even burping. Maybe I ate too much and then I like threw up a little bit in my mouth and I had to rush to the restroom. Yeah, and I put random throw-ups if I ate too much or bent down, and I would hold it in my mouth until I found a restroom. And I put, there's lots of movement from baby. 31 weeks. Pregnancy makes me so gassy, especially burps, but farts too. I've never burped so much in my life. And I put maybe first Braxton Hicks, maybe. It's weird because you don't know what Braxton Hicks feels like, and it feels like the top of your tummy, at least for me, the top would like get hard and it kind of just like goes away. I was like, is this Braxton Hicks to my OB? And they're like, oh, usually it's your whole tummy that gets hard. I think for me it was like especially on the top. It wasn't really like, my bottom wasn't really like hard. It was just like my top section. Week 32, we had our baby shower and it was so much fun. We played some games, we just ate, hung out. Such a good time, and we are very blessed with the best village to kind of support us and help us bring our baby to the world. Our baby shower, it was a whole day thing, from like prepping in the morning to cleaning up and just hanging out till nighttime. I was so exhausted, but it was such a fun time. We woke up at 6 a.m. because my husband started making drumsticks outside. Set up, people came at 8:30. I was tired at 10:30. People started coming at 11:30 and I was exhausted dead by 12 p.m. And I think I like snuck out to take a little breather, like 10 minutes or something, and I got better by 1 p.m. Played games. I did the mommy's belly, where you measure around the mommy's belly to see whoever got the closest inches or centimeters. We also played baby bingo, and we had instead of stickers or things like that, we just put crayons on each of the tables and they were able to use the crayons. We also did a baby relay race, where first it was like a tinkling in the pot by putting the little ping pong balls in between the legs, and then tinkling in the pot to drop the ping pong ball into like a cup. We did the birth, where there was like, I think we did like 8 people holding hands, and you have to have the hula hoop go through the people without letting go of the hands. And then lastly, it was, I think it was Find the Passy, where we had one person blindfolded sitting, and the other person, we had them hold like a pool noodle on top of their head, and then we wrapped the ring pop, and they had to kind of aim the ring pop into that person's mouth. And the quickest team won. So those were the things we did, or those were the games we did. We also printed out a baby's first ABC book. It was just like empty ABC books, and people were able to like draw like A's for apple, and it was a fun time. And I couldn't sleep because my body was so tired. And the next day there was this Volkswagen show that I really wanted to go to, and I'm not a morning person at all, but my husband was gonna go golf, I think around like 11 a.m. or something, so we had like that 8 to 10 a.m. window. And when I'm excited for something, my body just like naturally wakes up at like 6 a.m. We were able to go to the Volkswagen show. I was looking at every Volkswagen because I'm a vintage Volkswagen lover. And week 33, I had a bad dream about birth, and I put anxious, and I gotta work on my mental, doing prenatal yoga and curb walking for physical aspects. I had a summer baby, so I was able to go into the pool, and the pool, oh my goodness, I remember the first time I went to the pool, I walked in, or I went in the pool, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. And I was like, okay, time to get out. And literally when half of my body came out of the pool, I felt the gravity, and I was like, wait. And I literally like went back down, and I had to like mentally prepare for the weight. And after that, I was like, pool every day. Or when I was on maternity, I was like, pool, because it would help with the weight. I also I had lightning crotch, which is kind of like a nerve tingling down your area. Week 34, more movement with more strength, and I went to a concert during my 3rd trimester. I also went to a concert my 1st trimester, and they were very different experiences because during my 1st trimester, I was just anxious and nervous on not throwing up. I did enjoy the concert, maybe like a 3 out of 10. Like the music was great, the vibes were great. It was just my mental of anxiety and not throwing up and just being nauseous and just going out. But this concert in 3rd trimester, 10 out of 10, because I was physically and mentally great. During my 3rd trimester, I started having difficulty breathing during sleep. So then that's when I bought a triangle wedge pillow, and it really helped because it elevated my upper body. So I highly suggest that if you feel like you can't breathe, even if I tried stacking like 2 pillows, but it wasn't high enough. So that triangle wedge pillow, I could link it down below. It was great. Week 35, my down there feels heavy. So weird. I took maternity photos at home, and my belly was big enough to balance a smoothie on it, finally. Haha. Because I would watch like pregnancy reels or like pregnancy videos, and like the moms would like put their food with their plate on their belly, and I was like, when is that gonna happen? It happened week 35 for me. And week 36, I came down with the worst congestion ever. Can't breathe, body ache, stuffy nose, runny nose. And I was like, I thought I was gonna be sick free until baby got here. I had a low-grade fever, chills, body aches. And then I had the 3rd final ultrasound and found out the baby head was down. And I wasn't expecting, if you've ever seen those like 3D ultrasounds where you can kind of see the baby's face, I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was like something you had to like pay for. But during my 3rd ultrasound, we were able to get it. I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And I was told that she has hair, which was so crazy to me. During one of my OB appointments, we did a strep B test, which they swab both your vaginal area and your anal area, and I was not prepared for that. So prepare yourselves for the third trimester where you'll have a strep B culture test. And if you test positive, you just have to get antibiotics during your delivery, kind of kill off that bacteria because it can pass to the baby. And during my third trimester, I don't know if you guys heard of a neti pot because I haven't until my third trimester. It was my first time using it, where you like push it. There's like a container with a little nozzle thing and you like push it to help clear your nasal passage. I was so congested, like I would like push it, but like it was still here and maybe like one little tickle. Yeah, I remember I was so congested. Like I don't know why. Like I couldn't breathe and it sucked. But I used the neti pot and I could breathe out of one nostril, thank goodness. And I stayed home all day, crazy to just relax and do nothing. Thank you to my husband for doing all the house chores. Week 37, people say the last month is the worst, but it's not too bad is what I put. Still a little congested at night. Week 38, okay, things are getting kind of uncomfortable, ready for the baby to come out. And the most uncomfortable time is when my skin is stretching, and we'll put lotion, but it doesn't take away the uncomfortableness. I remember like you can't do anything besides put on lotion, but you feel your skin stretching and it's like, oh my gosh, and I just want to like put a bunch of lotion so I don't feel anything, but of course I'm gonna feel something. I put yoga ball is the best. Everyone should have one. If you work from home, if you're on the computer a lot, I use the yoga ball. I don't like chairs at all. So I use the yoga ball for like the movement. And I said, thank goodness we have a pool. Really helps the weight. Week 39. One more week until the due date, and I had fatigue, naps, and walking is what I put. Week 40, I had my OB appointment and I declined cervical checks until week 40 because I wanted to go as natural as possible. I did talk about cervical checks for my birth time video if you want to check that out. And I found out I was at a whopping 0 centimeters at my 40-week appointment. And I was like, man. And for me, I wanted to go as natural as possible, so I didn't want any like induction and things like that. I didn't do a membrane sweep, which they suggested to kind of speed up the labor progress. And I put hot, cold days. It's hard to regulate my body temperature. And I put any day now because it's getting really uncomfortable. And then my baby came at 40 weeks and 6 days. So check out my birth story if you want to learn about my birth. And I also do have a video about how to prep for labor mentally and physically. So if you want to check that out, if you have any questions, please let me know. And thanks for watching. Okay, bye.